What's going on, everybody? We're back here in some more Ghost Recon Breakpoint. So as the title suggests, I'm gonna be making this my very last Ghost Recon video. Um, as you guys know, in my video I uploaded the other day, I talked about that I recently just started playing this game after like 6 months of not playing it. I just haven't really had that um, that flair or that mood to that mood oh god that mood to really play Ghost Recon anymore. Um, so oh, sorry about that, guys. So I really haven't had that flair or that spark to play this anymore. But I do want to talk about Project Over. Um, as most of you know, there is a new Ghost Recon being in development. Um, the community has came out and said its words about the game and some things that they are doing um, for the game and everything. So if you guys watched my video, like maybe 3 months ago, I would say I uploaded um, the video for the first person perspective type of stuff. We all know it would be nice to to have best of both worlds for that game, not just a first person perspective, but what sets Ghost Recon apart is clearly the third person shooters. Which at all I do not think that they need to um, change anything. Just just add first person to it with third person, and the community will be happy. Uh, so um, there's some other points that um, I do want to go over. So recently, I've been seeing this influx in the last month, actually in the last year. The influx of people playing this game with mods. Um, so we all know about the first-person mod. We all know about the Spartan mod, everything like that. But the one thing that people don't have kind of oversaw was all the customization mods. Um, so in my last video I've done, I did talk about this, that they need to have more of a availability of not just gear customization but accessories as well. Um, the the biggest thing is for guns. I know that there's only a certain amount of guns that you can um, only a certain amount of attachments that you can do for the guns. You got lasers, you got a grenade launcher, you got some hand grips, some foregrips, and everything like that. But what I think they do need to bring into the game is, for the fact that yes, guns do need flashlights. Um, they do need scope, uh, scope customization. Um, so if you guys played uh, America's Army Proving Ground, you could be able to do that. Was change the reticule on the scopes. You got red, but a lot of the time I actually prefer blue reticules than red. Um, so I think that's something that they do need to bring in. Let us customize all of that. I There's some other things I did talk about recently, which is map selection. The map, um, well, for that, there's a lot of stuff that we gotta cover here. But for the most part, uh, let's just keep talking about gear. So, um, we all talked about how not that. So we all talked about the fact that some of the gear just don't fit right on some of the characters, or some of the gear don't fit right on the character. Um, despite how bloated the character might look, especially for some of the um, helmets and everything. This is the ACH, the Advanced Combat Helmet. This is the helmet um, that Marines use. The same helmet and everything, but the way it is, it's just not. You can have this color and it's black and everything. Um, but if you go and color it like this, the entire thing changes. It's like it was done lazy. I would have to say, and the ability to actually put some stuff on there, like if you have like navigational goggles on here, just put goggles on the helmet, or you know some of the helmets, just like this one, um, this one, or this one. They have. Why did I do that? They have these attachment rails right here, and we can't put nothing on them. Um, it's like they add them on there, and they didn't do anything. So the biggest thing that I've seen for all these mods, and actually it's a part of the some of the boat art gear as well. If you look at this right here, there's a flashlight, a camera, a little pouch, battery pouch, um, and everything. Being able to have strobe lights or IR strobes on top of the helmet here, um, just and wires that kind of just go all over. Things that would make the helmet poof out a little bit more, make it a little more better looking. Some of the Bodark helmets, there's a couple of them that actually have a really cool setup with an IR strobe on top, and some attachments on the attachment rails right here and everything. So I also have seen a couple of people talk about the fact that we can't um, we can't add um, we can't add or kind of put everything about together. So what I mean about that is, if you come over here, the face mask. This is where you can have this, this, and this. I know that we have Shemeg's, this little scarf, but I think they do need to come out with a better selection for scarves. But also the fact that I recently saw a really cool thing. Um, but I'm going to have to do it this way because that's the only way we can do it. Um, let's do this. Where is it? Where is it? Right here. This one. Let's make it multi-kit black. These glasses. Um, let's do. Hold on, everybody, give me a second. Let's do this one. Make it multi-kit black. And then let's just recut. Well, let's do this. We'll do physics pants. That multi-kit black. Keep that black. We got that. So this is what I recently have saw. Um, it was a really cool multicam black um and everything, but what set it apart was it had a scarf um on it, and it just looked just like this. And I had a blue scarf on it. I wish I could bring up a photo of it because I did save it to my phone, but it was really cool. So if you come in here, do a vest. So is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. So this is probably um we'll go ahead and make this black just for now. So this is probably my favorite my favorite rig. Well, not well, second favorite rig, but the only problem with this is that you can only do so much with it. You can't put a vest on it, or because there is a couple of mods out there that do that. Um, there's a mod that where you're able to put on a vest with it. It got rid of some of these side pouches and left this bag in the back. Uh, Kept some of these and everything. So um, reason, uh, just kind of you know making all of this everything just like look more tactical and more to real life. Um, Kind of like this. When you have this is the Black Hawk vest. It gives you six mag pouches, but what it does is it gives you all these. It gives you a canteen. It gives you some a couple of other these pouches and some of these right here, along with physics pants with this one and everything with all of these and this little thingy. Um, I would like to accommodate that um, with this one, which gives you a big backpack or and this is what I'm talking about right here. So if you guys look, the gear don't actually touch everything. Um, yeah, if you come in, it don't touch it don't touch the gear all the way. It just kind of floats there and just kind of don't have weight physics, if you want to call it that. But um, then you could also go and no, too far. You go in here, cry AVS. So this is probably the most tactical loaded vest that's in the game. Um, it calls for just a lot of these little things. But I think when we do customize everything, it will give us the options to put everything like this on our vests instead of just having these these presets and everything. If I want to put some mags or a couple of grenade pouches, or if I go in the back, if I don't want a backpack, I can put on a camelback with a med pouch, or just being able to put accessories on the gear yourself. Kind of like what they did with Squad or Ground Branch or something like that. If you guys play Ground Branch, you know what I'm talking about. Um, and I think it's the route that they need to go. So, map, um, location, map. So, as you guys know, um, the Wildlands map and um, this map is very similar, um, very the same. There's a couple of parts that are jungle, and most of it is just flat desert land. Kind of, what you expect. But I really think that they need to bring out a bigger map because, this map is not very big. Um, it's not very big for what it is. You got Golem Island. You got you know the Aurora, a couple of other small islands. They never did anything to this island right here. So if you guys didn't know, this island is called Moa Island. Um, they were supposed to add another DLC for it, but it's a piece of wasted land, pretty much. Uh, I heard there is ways to go on there, but they can't they didn't do anything. So that's a piece of wasted land, pretty much. That we can't go on. So um, I think they like I said in my Need for Speed video, they need to bring in more of a bigger map, country, a country size, maybe a small country or something like that. Um, I also talked about the fact that um, I did talk to somebody recently. That's what I was gonna say. I did talk to somebody recently on Reddit, talking about some of the stuff that they can bring in and incorporate. Um, for number one, the fraction missions. Everybody knows if you guys played long enough that this game is very repetitive in the aspect of the faction missions. Um, just doing the same things like, oh, you can go in here one night and you can do these fraction missions, and then you can go other into these other provinces. It'll be the same thing: clear out the drone camp, or locate the Azrael, or just they're all the same, but they're all around the map. But if they end up going to the aspect of the last Wildlands, and this is you know Wildlands was tearing down a drug cartel or something like that, and Breakpoint was eliminating a threat to U.S. or something like that. But what I think that they can bring into um, Ghost Recon is either play it on a very big map with invading country, or um, or just kind of have like a civil war type thing, everything like that. But I think invading a country, um, I think could be the next step for something like Ghost Recon and some of the futures that we can do. So as I talked about, these faction missions, the end games are it's really repetitive. There's only so much you can do after so many hours. I have about 500 plus hours on this game, and just being able to replay missions and replay fractions, it gets stale. The one thing that I did suggest to a couple of people, and just kind of threw it out there, was the fact that we can maybe have an active warfare frontline, maybe um, when you're playing through the storyline and everything. You kind of push back this. You have this invading country. You fight a war. And defend a country and everything like that. But for end games, even though you finish the story, it will still have you do these warfare warfare fronts. Um, have camps that pop around the map or something like that, flanking, or have an enemy be in an open fraction, and just kind of establishing a camp, and then boom, that piece of land is theirs, and it moves up the war front, kind of like if you guys been following the Ukraine war and some of um, the front line kind of type things. The front line shows, here's the enemy's line. It just kind of moves where and then um, there's uh, the allies and everything, the other side and everything like that. So I think that's something that they can bring in to Ghost Recon. It'll keep us coming back to play, and everything. And a couple more points. Um, the fact that with gear, camos, and everything, that they need to bring in more of a realistic type thing, camo wear, the color wear of clothes and everything like that. They need to bring into, um, and the fact that they need to bring in something like the division. So I have already told many people in the community about this. You know, I do like the division too. It's set in New York. It's that urban warfare type thing. I just don't like how the game plays. I don't like how it doesn't have the controls and physics of Ghost Recon and everything. Um, I just don't like how the division plays, but it's something that Ubisoft could look into. Give us urban warfare, give us different biomes. Have a piece of biome, maybe have desert, um, like a desert, or just have surrounding islands like this that considered other countries or towns or something like that. Kind of what they did with Assassin's Creed or something like that. Um, just have different biomes. Have a piece of a very large piece of land be desert. You can come up and keep trekking through the land, and then now you're in the urban cities and neighborhoods and stuff like that. And then you have a whole mountain range that gives you snowy mountains, and then you can come down into the other side of the peaks, and then there's a bunch of jungle and all of that sorts of stuff. And then that could be considered a biome in like a country, or and then you have surrounding islands like this, um, big islands, considered to be like different countries, or kind of like how Assassin's Creed Odyssey did that. So, the Assassin's Creed Odyssey is actually really accurate when it comes to that. When it comes to Greece or Sparta or Athens or something like that, the size of the map was actually pretty accurate, ge- geographically accurate, if I want to call it that. Just have one country and then have another country. Just kind of bring in that sort of thing into Ghost Recon. Um, and for my final point, um, I know Ghost Recon is all based on uh, Ghost Recon is based on Ghost special forces and everything like that. But I think what they could consider doing is bringing in branches. So what I'm talking about is you can have different classes, kind of like how we have the Pathfinder or something like that, but making it into the military branches. Um, you could have Marines, um, Navy, Army, CIA, something like that. That kind of play that that kind of play styles into like a certain type of campaign, or something like that. Um, and then those between into those branches, you have sub branches, which you can be a rifleman, or you'd be a special forces, or just kind of give us more options for that sort of stuff. Um, and also with um, oh before talking about all of this, the additions and everything like that. If you choose to be a different branch or something like that, we can bring into the fact of um, bring in the fact of bringing in gear that's kind of into what the branch is. Um, if you want a certain type of gun, you got to be in the branch. If you're going to be a U.S. Marine, um, you could have the fact of an M27 or an M4, M16, or just kind of all the guns and gear that a Marine would typically use. And if you do Army, you would have You have guns in that branch, gear, attachments, just kind of sort of that kind of step forward for something like that. Which brings me to my very, very last point. Um, I do have to remember because it was on top of my head, but now I forgot. So, um, I gotta remember now. Listen, um, I can't remember. Oh no. Um, if I do remember when I'm editing, I will put it down into text. I just had it on top of my head. Now I forgot. Now I forgot about all of it. But I'm sure you guys get. Oh, now I remember. Damn it. So my last point, um, which is roster building. So if any of you guys played the Watch Dogs Legion, um, you're able to recruit people off of the streets, NPCs off of the streets, and have them become playable characters. And I think that's something maybe Ghost Recon can implement. Be able to build a roster of different people, um, train them, put them through a boot camp um, or something like that. Kind of what Ubisoft has always been known for. Have a boot camp for them before you can play with them, or you know, be able to um, play with them, build up a roster, and build your squad and your platoon. Um, this is my very last point. My last point. So, um, aside from Ghost Recon only having three NPCs to accompany with your player, um, I think various players, various NPCs um, that could be implemented, as in let us build up a team, not just with three other NPC players. Let us build up a team. Let us grow skills, as in ranks, um, skills and everything to add a slot to our roster. Start us off with the classic four-person squad, um, but and give us the skills to keep adding slots for rosters, build up our team, in the form of ranks, and just kind of upgrade them like how we can a little bit in this one. um, and various commands. Um, so you know, Ghost Recon only has a limited amount of commands. Go to, regroup, close, cleared hot, hold position, and then you got emos for online. Um, I think they need to stick in the I think we need to stick in um the option to be able to have your character stack, or actually have them breach, or actually have them clear a building, breach and clear, actually tactically breach and clear and everything like that. And you know um just give us that sort of thing. And I also kind of considered having a DLC, kind of like an SCP type thing, um SCP type thing, DLC, or an update or something like that. Just kind of throw something like that in, you know, shoot aliens or zombies, because we did get a DLC for Terminator. Shoot the robots, but that was, be honest, that DLC kind of sucked. Um, but just fighting some kind of entities, or aliens, or something like that. Just kind of give us something to keep going back to and everything like that. So I think that's about it. Finally, so I think that's about it. Once again, I hope this goes out into the community. See what people think about it and everything. So, um, if you guys did enjoy this video, give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.